What's up, Ian here, and this is my review for the Soundpeats Opera 5 True Wireless Earbuds. Now, before I begin, I'd like to thank Soundpeats for sending this to me and making this video possible. But guys, rest assured that whatever I say in this video is my own opinion. This video is not scripted, and Soundpeats will be watching this video together with you guys. Alright, so Soundpeats Opera 5. Now, at the time of filming this video, the Opera 5 is going to go live on Kickstarter on the 11th of January 2023. And during that period, it's going to be retailing at early bird price of $69 but only for the first 300 units, after which it will progress to Amazon, and on Amazon the price will be a bit higher lah. Okay, so for those of you who are interested, I'll leave a link of the Kickstarter program down in the description below so that you guys can go check it out. There is also another model, which is the Opera 3. Now for the Opera 5, this one has got one 12mm dynamic driver and two balance armatures. Right, for the Opera 3, that only has one dynamic driver and one balance armature. Right, so that's the difference, just one less balance armature. But for the Opera 3, that one will be retailing at $49 for the early bird. Same thing for the first 300 units. So yeah, you see which one you like lah. Okay, but in this video I'm gonna focus on the Opera 5. So as usual, I will go through the accessories, the design and build quality, the fit and comfort specifications, my day-to-day use of this, and also the sound performance of these earbuds. Now this video will be timestamped, so for those of you who wish to skip around, please feel free to do so. Right, so let's just first start off with the accessories. Comes in a box like this, very nice box. Okay, handsome man in front, and a picture of the earbud in the back. Okay, oh, by the way, this one has got high-res wireless certification, and it's got LDAC codec. Alright, because of the LDAC codec, this has got high-res audio wireless certification. Okay, which means you can transmit high-resolution audio. Right, inside the box you'll find user guide, okay, and the instructions, and then ear tips. Right, so these are the so-called spare ear tips, the small and the large. The medium is already on the earbuds themselves, but not really spare lah, it's different size. Then of course you have the charging cable, so you have the USB-C to USB-A charging cable, and the earbuds and the case themselves. So this is basically a very simple earbud. Right, so let's talk about the specs of this. So Bluetooth 5.3. Right, so this is Bluetooth 5.3. The codec it has is LDAC, as I mentioned earlier, so it can transmit high resolution audio. It's got AAC and SBC as well, and each earbud can last about 9 hours, and on top of the 9 hours, it's got additional 33 hours together with the case. Okay, so and in order to fully charge this, it takes about 1.5 hours. Yeah, I usually I'll just plug it in and it will quickly get charged before I want to use it again. Okay, now this is the case that it comes in. Now, as you guys have seen my review of the Soundpeats Live, I kind of, well, the Air 3 Deluxe. Okay, Air 3 Deluxe, I don't really like this type of flip-up case. I prefer the other flat one. Okay, so but this is the flip-up case. Okay, so case is okay, it's nice. It's got a satin gray color finish to it, and it's got like a gold trim, champagne gold trim. At the back here you've got the charging port, okay, the hinge, and reset button here. Right, so you can reset your earbuds to pair with other devices. And then here you have the LED indicator. Right, earbuds will sit inside here. So yeah, pretty okay case. I mean, standard looking case. Right, and then these are the earbuds themselves. Earbuds, well, very nice design. As you can see, this is got the Soundpeats logo here, gold champagne. This got like a champagne black or gray color champagne look to it, as like a gold kind of thing. Yeah, very premium looking lah. Okay, now this is the touch sensor, right? So as you guys know, I'm not a fan of touch sensors, but it is what it is. So touch sensor, and you do different touch on different sides, give you different commands. So if you tap on once on the right side, it will increase the volume. Tap once on the left side, it will decrease the volume. Tap and hold, it will cycle through the different modes. This one has got ANC, it's got transparency mode, and it's got normal mode as well. Pretty standard stuff. If you have seen my Soundpeats live review, it's the same function. Okay, and then inside here, as I mentioned, it's got one 12mm dynamic driver and two balance armatures. And yeah, so it's a pretty nice design. The nozzle is an oval shape. Okay, so you can't use any normal nozzle. You need to buy those earbuds nozzle if you want to buy those aftermarket ones lah. Okay, right, so let's talk about fit and comfort. So these fit me pretty well. It's big, so it goes into my ear halfway, and it's pretty well, okay lah. It goes into my ear. It's just that this part here, it comes out, juts out from my ear, and when I'm doing my stuff, listening to my music, sometimes it will wriggle itself out from my ear, and then I have to push it back in again. Just a small grab lah, but it's not causing any discomfort or anything like that. So once it comes out, I'll push it back in again. So yeah, that's the only thing. But comfort wise, it's okay. It's just that because of that constant pushing, it gets a bit annoying. That's just about it. Okay, but other than that, it's pretty comfortable to wear. Alright, so let's talk about the features of this. So for this one, it's got, as I mentioned, ANC and transparency mode, and with the phone, if you have the accompanying app, it will provide you more features. Okay, so let me just take out my phone, right? And let me just put this back into the case and reset the phone so that it's looking for a phone. Okay, so I can turn on my Bluetooth now, okay, as you can see, and then let me open up the lid. So once you want to pair, right, just open up the lid, and once you open up the lid, the phone will detect the earbuds, and because this is LDAC, right, it will prompt you, or some phone will prompt you that LDAC provides a high quality audio experience, but it also sucks up a lot of juice. Okay, so if you don't want you want to save your battery, you can turn off LDAC. Okay, so I'll just leave it on for now. So once it's connected to your phone, then you can go to the Soundpeats app. Okay, so for this Soundpeats app, there is a few options here. First, you'll be greeted with this homepage, and it will show you the battery level of your earbuds. Okay, and then you tap on this icon here at the bottom left. Okay, and then once you tap on that, it'll give you a few options. First is the volume control. You can adjust the volume on the earbuds themselves by tapping once on the left side to decrease, on the right side to increase, but you can also do it on the app on the phone. Right, you can also change the equalizer. Okay, so you have the preset. There are two. One is the preset equalizer, and one is the custom equalizer. So for the preset, you can actually accidentally touch the sensor. You can have a few options here: Soundpeats Classic, Bass Boost, Bass Reduction, Electronic, Rock and Roll, Folk, Treble Enhancement, Pop, Classic Music. Okay, so if you're not happy with any of the presets here, then you can customize your own preset, your own equalizer, and they give you a 10-band equalizer to play around with, so you can adjust to your heart's content while you're listening to your music. If you're not happy with this, you can reset and it will go back to flat. Okay, so that's for the EQ. Next will be the noise reduction, as I mentioned, right? It's got three different modes. You've got ANC mode, normal mode, and you have transparency mode. So it depends on what situation you are in. So let's talk about the ANC. ANC, it cuts off the low frequencies and the high frequencies, but the middle frequencies, to be honest, I still can hear. So I've tried it in a coffee shop, in the busy road, in my own room, and quite a few situations in my car as well. I find that the ANC only cuts off the lower frequencies and the high frequencies, like for example the engine noise, and also sirens. Okay, baby screaming, crying, those type of sound, it cuts off, right? But when I'm in a cafe and the cashier is talking to me, I can hear the cashier even with the earbuds in my ear and with the ANC mode on. Okay, that's one thing. And also I can hear people around me talking, so people are chatting with each other and I can hear them talking, so that's one thing. Right, so in terms of ANC, it blocks off the lower frequency and the high frequency. It says that it cuts down 30 dB of noise, right? 30 dB, right? So they do tell us how much do they cut down, right? So that's for the ANC. And then you have your normal mode, because this one has got a natural seal, right? Because it goes into your ear canal. So it's the normal mode. You still can hear your ambient sound, but it's just a bit muffled. And then you have your transparency mode. This is mode I kind of like. So what happens is that this one is still, the earbuds is still in your ears, and then the mic will pick up your surrounding noise or sound, and it will play it back to your ear, right? So and the playback is actually quite natural. Okay, I can hear the person next to me talking to me, and I can reply to that person, because it's quite audible and natural sounding as well. Okay, all right, the last function will be to disable the touch key, right? The one key. So when I disable this, or when I enable this, previously I accidentally touched the earbud and it activated the volume, right? Now it doesn't work, right? So when I deactivate it, as you can see, when I touch it one time, it will increase the volume and decrease the volume respectively. The touch sensors are actually quite sensitive, right, to be honest, right? So if you don't want to have any accidental touches, then you should turn on this function, right? So that's it for the accompanying app. It's not a lot, but it gives you the basic functions. Right, so now let's talk about my daily use with this earbud Opera 5. Basically, what I did with this was I play games, I watch YouTube, I watch my Netflix, I listen to my music, I make phone calls with this, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, so let's talk about gaming on this. Gaming on this is actually pretty normal. So I played games on my Android phone, my iPhone as well. I played Call of Duty, Mobile Legends, some music games, rhythm games, and I find that this is okay. I mean, it's just average. The lag on this is average. Okay, it's not the highest performer. It's not a professional gaming level lah. Okay, to put it that way. Sometimes at times when there's a lot of signal interference, I do feel that there's a bit of lag, and this one doesn't have gaming mode, so it's basically just for casual gaming, right? So that's for gaming. But the sound for gaming, that's a different thing altogether. Now the imaging and the sound separation on this is really good. So I would say that for especially like gunshots, explosions, footsteps, I can actually identify where they are coming from, and I make use of that sound to play my game, right? So imaging is good. Soundstage is not the widest soundstage. It's quite deep. It's got good layering as well, but it's not the widest lah, which is good lah. You don't want a too wide of a soundstage when you're playing your game. You don't want to have a false sense of positioning. Okay, right? So that's for the sound for gaming. Now for Netflix and watching YouTube, in terms of Netflix, the conversations, right, the dialogues, I find that it's okay. There's a bit of the missing of the lips when people are talking, but it's not a very noticeable. I have to really watch and listen really hard to notice it lah. But other than that, it's quite enjoyable experience listening to watching my Netflix on this. And the tuning of this earbud is though the mids are recessed, but vocals, they are still quite present. Okay, so dialogues, they sound pretty good, and also the bass is also quite elevated. Later I'll show you the graph. So in terms of explosions, gunshots, is very engaging lah. So watching Netflix on this is pretty good. All right, now I make phone calls with this as well. So let me just do a sound test, right, a mic test for this earbuds, and you guys be the judge on how this mic sound like. Okay, so I've taken out my iPad. As you can see, it's connected to my iPad, and let's go to the voice memos. All right, so I'm doing a voice recording, and you guys listen to the voice recording and be the judge yourself. Okay, let's put the earbuds in the ears. All right, so let's begin. Okay, so now this is the sound coming out from the microphone of the Soundpeats Opera 5. How do you think I sound? Okay, now let's switch back to the studio microphone. Okay, so as you can hear, it sounds loud, all right? Microphone sounds loud, but it doesn't sound natural. Sounds a bit artificial, all right? So it's, to me, I mean, I made a few phone calls and FaceTime video calls as well. The person on the other side say that I sound loud enough for them to hear me. It's audible. It's just that sometimes a bit robotic, right? That's what they said to me. Right, so that's for phone calls. Now let's talk about music. I listen to music on this as well, okay? And let's talk about the sound, right? Sound performance of this. Let me just take out my graph. Okay, so this is the graph of the Soundpeats Opera 5. Now before I talk about the graph, let's talk about the technicalities of this first. As I mentioned, this one has got a 12mm dynamic driver and 2 balance armatures in it. So soundstage is wide. It's not the widest, and it's got good depth, right? So in terms of layering, it's pretty good. It's not a holographic type of soundstage, but it's pretty okay. It's from outside in, so inside out. So it's kind of a normal intimate, yeah, I would say intimate type of soundstage. Okay, now for the sound separation and imaging, all right, that is really good, right? So I find that the instruments like the pianos and the guitars and the percussions and the vocals, they are well separated on these earbuds. So I can hear the vocals centric vocals, and then you got your percussion somewhere at the back, and sometimes the pianos, the violins, they are on each either side. Okay, and I can actually identify which side is on. So pretty good sound separation and imaging, right? Detail retrieval and resolution. Now let's talk about the detail retrieval. I find that it's okay. It's average. It's it's pretty good. It's okay, right? It's not the best. It's not the best detail retrieval. Sometimes I still can't really pick out the details or the nuances of some of the classical songs that I always listen to and I'm used to listen to, and sometimes I just can't pick out the nuances of that detail, right? So not a very detailed earbud, I might say, but resolution on this is pretty good. So very good, very clear sounding earbud, all right? I can hear the quality of the sound being produced through these earbuds. Okay, so that's for the technicalities of this. Now let's talk about the tone and timbre. So this is a warm tone, right? It's a warm timbre and heavy tone, right? Warm timbre, heavy tone, which when I listen to this, it gives me a very musical and casual type of feel, right? I feel that this is more for casual listening experience. So it's pretty okay when listening to classical and jazz and solos and instrumental. I find that it's okay, but it's not the best performer for those genres. Okay, now let's talk about the sound, right? So this is the sound signature of it. Basically looks like a W shape, a V shaped, however you call it. This is somewhat above balance, all right? It's not really balanced, but it's a bit above balance. Now let's talk about the sub bass. So the highlighted region is the sub bass. Is this dotted line here is actually Harman target. So Harman is what everyone is used to listen to, and this Soundpeats Opera 5 in terms of sub bass is above the Harman target, right? By quite a bit, right? I think maybe 5 dB. So I would say there's a lot of rumble on these earbuds, and as I mentioned, I like the bass on this. The bass is very engaging while watching Netflix, so it's a very good rumble, right? Very good rumble, and it's very controlled as well. It doesn't resonate much, right? As you can see, it's quite rolled off at the tail, the beginning of the tail, well, I mean, it's okay to me. I can hear that rumble is quite a present rumble. Okay, now mid bass is I would say is a tucked punch, right? Is the impact is a bit tucked. So what I hear is that it's a well controlled mid bass and in impact. So kick drums, they have that impact there, but it's a bit cut short, so a bit controlled. Very fast mid bass, in my opinion. Okay, warm as well. It's got a warm, present mid bass. So mid bass, I would say, is somewhat not an overwhelming type of mid bass, which a lot of us are used to. It's quite close to the hum target. Okay, so quite a good mid bass, right? Now lower mids, which is your pianos, your male vocals, they all live around here. So this lower mids is a bit elevated, right? So in terms of instruments, musical instruments, certain instruments, they sound quite present, okay, and male vocals, they sound present as well, and they've got a warm, heavy note to their presence, okay, so engaging as well. So I would say this is a musical type of engagement, and I would say entertaining. Yeah, very entertaining. Sometimes I tap my toes to especially techno songs. I bob my head, you know. So it's a pretty engaging type and musical type of experience lah when listening to this. Okay. Now female vocals. Female vocals, they have got good energy, good presence, but it's a little bit sibilant. Okay, so very good engagement, and it's got that brightness as well lah. At the same time, it's a bit recessed. So yeah, so female vocals, well, I just put it this way, I prefer listening to male vocals on this. Female vocals, I would say they sound a bit sharp. Okay, a bit sharp on these earbuds. Okay, so upper mids is where, you know, the gain of the treble is. Treble, it's got good gain from the mids, right, and good presence and brightness, good brightness as well, but it dips down somewhere around, let me see, this presence here, this dips just that little bit. I'm not too sure why there is this dip here. All right, that dip is about 5 dB. It just blunts that treble just that little bit for that split, I don't know, that small little frequency there. So in terms of the sibilance, okay, I find that it's sibilant yet dark. Okay, so that's what I hear for the treble. Okay, and also airy. Okay, so in terms of the treble, all right, simple strikes, hi-hats, and also tapping of the snares. Okay, the snares, they sound present. They sound energetic. They sound a bit dark, not as present, and they have got good resonance, good air, right, and a little bit sharp as well. Okay, so that's the mixed bag that I have with this treble here. Everything else is nice. Well, I'm not saying that the treble is not nice, but it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. For the treble, it's got a bit of a darkish treble, at the same time a bit of the sibilance, good energy, bright, at the same time it's got good air. So that's why I hear. Okay, so that's for the treble. The treble, well, it fits certain genre, and also it fits certain activities. Okay, when you are playing your games on this, when you're watching Netflix on this, making phone calls on this, they sound pretty good, right? In terms of the sound that it produces, not the microphone. Okay. Right, so that's for the treble. Now, overall listening experience on this. So what I feel is that this one is actually above balanced to me. All right, I feel that sometimes certain genre don't really fit this type of tuning. I would say, well, classical for one, right, and female solos and instrumental, right? So those genre of music, I mean, you still can listen to those music on this. It's just that it's not gonna be as competitive as other earbuds. All right, other earbuds, they they sound a bit more correct. Okay, I wouldn't say better. They sound more correct as compared to these earbuds. Now, genres that are suitable for this earbuds is, wow, a lot, right? This is actually quite suitable for a lot of genre. In fact, most genre of music will play nice on this, especially techno, trance, hip hop, rap, R&B, drum and bass. They sound really good on this, right? And well, it's enjoyable as well. It's a musical, warm toned listening experience for me. Okay, and at 69 US dollars, I really do suggest for you to go and get this while it's still at 69 US dollars, because after the Kickstarter program, the price is going to go back up, right? Alright, so that's my overall review of this Soundpeats Opera 5. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please do give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Right, so that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.